Now, in this section, you're looking at solving two-step linear equations. For example, 3x minus 6 is equals to 9. Now, the opposite of subtracting 6 is adding 6. So we'll add 6 on both sides of the equation. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. So we just have 3x is equal to 9 plus 6 is 15. And then the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So divide by 3. So we'll end up with x is equal to 5. Now, in this question here, we have to start by removing this bracket. So, expanding the bracket, 5 multiplied by x, 5x. 5 multiplied by 4, we have 20 is equals to 50. The opposite of adding 20 is subtracting 20. So what we're going to have is minus 20 on both sides. 20 minus 20 is 0. So we just have 5x. Alternatively, I can just write here 5x on the left here. So 5x is equal to 30. The opposite of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. So divide by 5, divide by 5. And then we'll end up with x is equal to 6. Here is another example. So for x, so we'll start with now 3x is divided by 4. So the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So if I can just copy this down here. So the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So I'll multiply each side by 4. We know that 4 divided by 4 is 1. So these guys here will cancel to give us 1. So we'll end up with 3x is equal to 24. X is multiplied by 3. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is divide by 3. So we'll end up with x is equals to 6. Actually 8, not 6. So x is equals to 8. In the next example, we have 3x. It's very similar to the other one. So I'll just start by copying it down. So 3x over 4 is equals to 2. The opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. These guys here cancel. So remain with 3x is equals to 8. And opposite of multiplying by 3 is divide by 3. So x will be equal to 8 over 3. Here is another example. So we shall start with that. What's the opposite of subtracting 1? Adding 1. So we'll add 1 on both sides. So we'll end up with negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So we'll have x over 2 is equals to 9. And the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. So what we shall end up with here is we do that, the opposite of dividing by 2. So x will be 18. The next question, we shall start by So x over 3 is added to 6. What's the opposite of adding 6? Subtracting 6. So subtract 6 on both sides. So what we'll end up with here is 6 minus 6 is 0. So we'll have x over 3 is equal to 4. And the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. So multiply by 3, multiply by 3. So x is equals to 12.